when you were giving your speech, I was like, oh, sorry. I've never seen my sister emotional before. She got up here and talked about all of you, the bridesmaids. My speech, I said in the bachelor party email to Matt and everyone else, I said, Matt's marrying my sister. I was like, that's a risky move, but I guess we're all here, so everyone's, Matt's taking that risk. Good luck. So, it's quite common, almost a wedding tradition or norm or anything, for the fathers and brothers to take difficulty in maid the groom's. I'm a kid. So for the father of bride's brothers to make a difficult decision for the groom, whether it's polishing guns or using a sort of intimidation method in order to make the potential suitor run the gauntlet. We all know the classic jokes that we had to. For the family, you would probably believe me if I stood up here and said that we made him do that. Well, it wasn't really that. Actually, I mean, after all, we do have a lot of height on the guy. So, but the truth is, there's a lot of matter. There was no gauntlet. I mean, in all fairness, he had to deal with my sister. That was tough. And I think my dad felt the same way when he gave him a bear hug and greeted him in the family. Sure, my dad was a softie, but the point is really, we knew after meeting Matt, he must be something special because Steph said so. It sounds like something simple. It sounds like something simple and profound for us to decide ourselves, but I think the difference is you meet a lot of people in life or that likes everyone, but Steph is not one of those. Obviously. You guys don't know that. She chooses to surround herself with very high class people. Except for Brian and Steven and a few others. But in all seriousness, Steph cares nothing more than what her loved ones, and she's picky as hell. If there's one thing I learned through the years, dressing me up like a girl, bossing me around, doing a lot of shit to me. Steph knows exactly what she wants, and she gets exactly what she wants. When I was 11, or no, I was actually 5. They were 11. They were her and Heather driving up and down the court. I was the one sitting down, watching that, make sure that mom and dad aren't coming out of the house at this point in time. When I caught on, I started running away, and next thing you know, they tackled me into the ground, and they convinced me that I was a part of what they were doing, which was nothing. I was not a part of it. I mean, I was just sitting there, I guess So, Steph actually has high standards for everyone around her, unwilling to fall short of expectations. This is, of course, when everyone said, is Matt okay? I was like, yeah, I mean, he met my sister, I'm good. I feel sorry for the kid, but hey, good luck, Matt. unfortunately, I know Steph would be very new if you weren't fun and adventurous, and you guys had a great time. I mean, I hate to break it to you, but there's no shortage of guys around when we were growing up. I mean, there was a lot of them around. I'm telling you. Ryan knows. What was missing though was, someone that caught her eye and actually made her slow down and keep it together. Hey, I don't have a lot of marriage advice because she's the first one. But the only thing is I can tell you that she's been an amazing person and a role model in my life, and congratulations to you both. Enough already, but Matt, she tortured me when I was young, but congratulations. You're gonna take this over now.
Alright. So I'm pretty disappointed that my sister gave away my plan for tonight because I know that there's a lot of wealth in the room and I have a very profitable investment for the future. So if anybody has any questions or any money they want to spare, just come talk to me after and we can figure it out. There's equity to be shared for everyone for the right price. Alright. I hate you. Alright, so when I arrived in Santa Barbara yesterday, I'm going to be honest that my speech was nowhere near complete. Not to say that I haven't thought about this moment for the last couple of months, constantly writing down different ideas, but to be honest, I never truly loved any of them. I knew it would be easy to come up here and give a standard cliche speech, telling you how beautiful, intelligent, and helpful my sister has been throughout her life, then move on to tell you how flattered I am that Matt Martinez is now going to be Matthew Ligon Jr. It is a beautiful name. I respect it. I never thought there'd be a junior until my son, but hey, great things in life. But I didn't want to follow the typical format of a wedding speech. Lately, I've been analyzing every situation in my life by writing down a pros and cons list. It has been pretty helpful because by the end of the list, there is always a clear distinction of whether the situation is beneficial to my family and myself. Figuring this is such a big deal, marriage and all, I figured that I would also create a list for the wedding and share it with you. So I have 4 pros and 3 cons. I created a large list, but I figured it wasn't all appropriate for the time. So pro number 1, before this wedding, I was only related to one Mexican. Now I have a plethora of Mexicans that I can call family, and I know my brother feels great about that. I know that every morning I get to wake up and look forward to the moment that I hang out with 2 of what I call my best friends. And some of you may not know who I'm talking about, but I'm talking about Smooth Fred and Tristan. I look forward every time that we have a family occasion. So now I'll talk about con, which it isn't too bad, but it needs to be spoken upon. Con number 1. I now have to admit that I have a relative who is a White Sox fan. Which is pretty sad because I'm a Raiders fan, but a White Sox fan makes me feel better about myself.
You suck! Your Sox!
I'll go back to pros, lighten the mood. Pro number 3, I know whenever my dumb ass goes to jail, the first person I'm calling is Matthew Martinez. So you better pick up your phone because you're my only hope at getting bailed out. And I'm pleading the 5th and requesting a call to my lawyer every single time. And I know you're not a criminal defense lawyer, but you better figure it out because we're family. Con number 2. Go back to the negative parts. My future children are going to have to compete with their future children, which is going to be awful because I know Stephanie's going to work on forming a small little protege that she's going to push to extreme limits, and it's going to be awful because my kids probably won't be nearly as successful as hers. And I don't look forward to that day. I'm going to have to explain why they're just not as intelligent and smart. It's going to be an awkward moment in my life. Pro number 4. Matt may not know this, and many of you may not know this, but the sole reason that Stephanie has pursued being a lawyer is because she is one competitive piece of shit. This is not a coincidence that she waited to finish law school once this marriage happened. You best believe that she's going to be at home competing with him about every single thing in life, including being a lawyer, and she's coming for your job, whether you like it or not. It's truly sad. It's not a coincidence. She had 9 years to graduate law school, and she waited till now. This is the last thing. Con number 3, and Stephanie, you should listen closely. This is the last time it's appropriate in my life to ever say this comment, and it hasn't been said in years, and Stephanie probably can't think of what it is. But ultimately, TT, I love you. And I know that Matt will take care of you for the rest of your life. And I support everything that you guys do together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
On behalf of the Martinez family and our family, welcome to Matt and Steph's great weekend. The wedding weekend. For those of you who haven't heard my stories, I apologize. I don't have a speech, I have a bunch of stories, and if I offend anyone, get over it, okay? I will address Steph and Matt first, as they're kind of a big deal today. First, Steph, you're smart, beautiful like your mom, and you have energy beyond belief, and I want you to remember you will be a great wife and a great mother someday, and I love you almost as much as the Niners and the Giants. I mean, you're that close. So. And Matt, on behalf of our family, welcome to the family. Every time I look at you, I can only think of one thing. You have so outkicked your punt coverage, it's not even close. Matt, since you're now a part of the family, I wanted to explain to you how marriage works. Joyce wanted a dog, I didn't want a dog, we got a dog. That's how it works. And then I wanted to explain another thing when you guys have kids later. We have a 5-point plan for raising kids. Love them like there's no tomorrow. Make sure you give them a safe place to fall. Teach them, educate them, and move them out. As you know, your brother-in-law is a senior at University of Arizona this year. He'll be graduating in May. We'll all be there to share in that, and there will be no failure to launch. We don't know how we're going to make it without you, Maddie, but we're going to try. My first story is about Steph and her brothers. Being Steph's little brother was torture. I'll tell you that. I mean, she dressed them up as girls and put all the makeup on. The scary thing was, they were actually kind of cute. I was worried about that. Then later on, Ryan was like 15, 16 years old. He'd randomly leave his phone around the house. Bad move. Stephanie would, all the girls are starting to call for Ryan at that age. I know how you feel, Ryan. It happened to me too. Stephanie would randomly grab the phone. The girl's calling, says, "Can Ryan come to the phone?" "I'm sorry, he can't. He's taking a bubble bath." Piss Ryan off, and he's got to explain to the girls and that stuff. So you think the torture is not going to go on forever. Well, then we take Maddie to college at University of Tucson. We come rolling in hot. It's 105 degrees. Steph jumps out of the car with Maddie, walks up to 6 college girls and said, "Listen, girls, this is my little brother Maddie. He is so happy to be here, and he is so tired of being a virgin." So I think at this point, you know, the torture's over, and then as I'm walking Bridezilla up the aisle today, I look up and I see Dress Fluffer Dude and Flower Boy. And you know what? Maybe the torture's never going to end, and maybe that's a good thing. Now I have a a story about Heather and Stephanie. Salt and pepper. Yeah, as I call them, pain in the ass 1, pain in the ass 2. Some of the crap they pull when they were little, I'm amazed you guys are here today. Joyce and I were talking one day, and we're talking about we need to save money. You know, Stephanie's like 10, Heather's like 13, and we're talking, we go, we gotta save money, we gotta get ready for college, you know, and all that stuff. And I look over at Steph, and Steph's got this look on her face, and she's going, I go, what, Steph? She goes, Dad, you're looking at this all wrong. Here's the problem. It's not that we spend too much, it's that you don't make enough. And I thought at that point, I go, I pity the fools that marry you two someday. So Matt and Jason, good luck. I wish you the best. So I got one more quick story about Heather. Yeah, she's been around like way too long. 3 years ago, she announced her engagement to Jason. Okay, and Heather's previous boyfriends were slightly less than spectacular, to be politically correct. They were horrible. Now the good news is she announced her engagement to Jason. We were thrilled. Jim and Vicky and Mark, all of us were thrilled. And the best thing about Jason is he has a quality none of her previous boyfriends had. He had a job, which was awesome. Now where's Emily at?
Where? No idea.
I got a quick story about Emily. So when I was coaching, the first softball team I coached was Stephanie and Emily's. They were not very good. But I had 2 great athletes on the team, Stephanie and Emily. Emily, even at 7 years old, Emily had that $1 million smile she has today. Yeah. I mean, it just never changed. She was the best female athlete I ever coached in my life, and it was thrilling to watch both of you go to the NCAAs, #1 in the country, wearing the t-shirts were kind of a big deal. Yeah. And the other thing I learned about Emily today, we love the same song. I kissed a girl and I liked it too. So now we go to the college years. Steph's away at college about 3 weeks, and I get a call. She's crying, upset, and she's going, Dad, I have been violated. And I'm going, this is not good. I'm thinking, I got to go to Santa Barbara. I'm going to take care of whatever happened to her. I'm going to prison, and with this face and this body, I will not do well in prison. Luckily, I took a breath for a second. I go, what happened, Steph? She goes, somebody stole my bike. I go, we'll get you another bike, go to class, I'll talk to you later. Bye. So fast forward 3 years later, randomly talking to Steph on a Saturday. So what are you guys doing today? Well, we're gonna get a pickup truck. I go, what are you getting a pickup truck for? Oh, we're going bike riding tomorrow. I said, oh, you need the pickup truck to take the bikes bike riding? She goes, no, we don't have any bikes. We're gonna go steal them with the pickup truck so we can go bike riding tomorrow. So it's nice to see my UC education dollars paying off. That was awesome. Now in Steph's college years, I saw him here tonight. He's just not a nice person. He gave Steph a hard time junior and senior year. His name's BT. I cannot tell you how many times my daughter called me crying going, you cannot believe what he did. I mean, really, BT, salmon in the heating duct? Give me a break. The good news is BT's a pretty smart guy. He learned from Steph. He went to medical school. He's now a doctor. He's the perfect example. Even if you finish last in medical school, they still call you doctor. So now we get to the hard part. So the Steph and Matt era begins. Stephanie sends us an email. I'm bringing my Cuban-Mexican boyfriend home for the holidays. As Ryan said, risky move. I wouldn't have done it. So we got to spend, the past 2 years, we got to spend time with Matt and his family. Chicago, we were in Chicago, Vegas, Hawaii, Tahoe, Santa Barbara, our home in Martinez. Yeah, you've actually upgraded my vacation schedule, so this is a good thing. We got to spend time with Matt's parents, and I want to read this part because I feel it's important. We spent time with Matt's parents and understood that they had the same values that we do. When we visited them in Chicago, they made us feel that we were at home. We could not be more welcome as a family. The best way to describe Virginia and Fred is just class. It's pretty easy to understand why Tristan, Matt, and Rebecca are proof of a job well done. Thanks for making us feel special. I appreciate that, guys. Now the last paragraph. Don't worry, it's almost done. Matt, my new favorite son-in-law. Welcome to the family and to the circle of trust. I'll explain that later. I could not ask for a better person to marry our daughter. You both have the same goals in life. You love each other very much. And my description of Matt is simply this. He's as cool as the other side of the pillow. He just doesn't get flustered, and he understands my daughter, or our daughter, which is pretty awesome. You both work hard and realize the sacrifices your parents made to give you a chance at a better life. Not that we had a bad life, because we haven't. We've had a great life. Here's my parting quote to you guys. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know when you're going to get, you never know what you're going to get. But with the support of each other, your friends, your families, I truly believe you have a chance at a great life together. I love you both. Thank you.